Yo, yo, yo! This is Norstier here with my beginner's playthrough of Stellaris. We are playing the United Nations of Earth, which is one of the vanilla empires that you get in the base game of Stellaris. Everyone will have access to this. I'm not playing with any mods. All I have done is go into the game, hit go. I picked a spiral galaxy. That's the only thing that I've changed, just because I think it looks nice. And I'm going to be talking through it in painful detail. If you find yourself watching these and you're enjoying them, please do like and subscribe. And I also stream a different Stellaris game at midday on a Sunday, UK time. So come along to Twitch and say hi. The links are down below. On with the fun. Right, so here's our empire. We are the United Nations of Earth. As you can see, we've still got the Valdari synergetics below us. Hostile aliens. Diplomacy with these guys is going really quite well. So if you look, they love us. Look at that, friendly, it's all going well. They're very close to letting us join their federation now. We're still improving relations. If you look, we've got a little guy there. And we are an associate with their federation, which is basically an alliance. I'm still not sure if I'm going to join it. I just want to have the option. Other than that, we're just trying to get this corner of the galaxy. A little bit frustrating because we've had these space amoebas moving around and causing trouble. But that's getting under control. The one thing, and I often do this, Empire Sprawl's getting a little bit out of control now. So if you look a tiny bit, it doesn't matter. It's incremental, but it will kill you. Death by 1,000 cuts. So our technology cost is already up by 5%. Tradition cost is up by over 8%, and campaigns we're not using at the minute anyway, so that's a bit less of a critical one. So we really do need to get on with it. We've got our alien colony ship over here. If you remember, we had the migration treaty so that we could get somebody who likes cold planets. So we've got an Arctic preference and an Arctic world. They should colonize this turn round. Yep. On with the fun. So I'm going to hit go. Construction ship is here, getting a bit nervous about running the gauntlet of whatever's happening in this area, but the aliens seem to have gone for now. If you notice up here, we've got repair automated shipyard. So this is came from an anomaly, and we picked it up earlier. So let's go and do that. Only an engineering ship a construction ship can do it, so might as well as we're in the area. The other construction ship is going to get this choke. Because once we've got this choke point, all of this part of the galaxy is ours. On with the fun. So someone's leveled up. Good for you, scientist. Someone else has leveled up. Good for you. So we have found in Dwomagar, there are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization. This is another case where I'm going to leave be for now. This guy is on the critical path for expansion of the Empire, so I do not want to spend a huge amount of time doing anomalies with him. The one thing I am going to do, though, is survey the bottleneck there first, and then we'll come back up and do these. And that looks like another choke point here. That's looking pretty good. So, although this is a mess with aliens all over the place, and obviously we haven't got a lot of option down here either, this is beginning to look good, but we do have to be cautious. For all I know, there could be aliens right here. So there we go. The anomaly's there. We'll ignore that for now. Dwomagar has been surveyed. Wonderful.
Evasive maneuvers.
Oh, there they are. It's so annoying. If you do happen to be watching this video a little bit after the last one, do remember, we're nearly there. We're pacifying them. We will get there eventually. For now, clearly, let's not go there. That's a bad idea. I'm role-playing being xenophilic. There is a good argument, if you were xenophobic, that you should just go and kill them. It would be painful, but you could potentially do it. So in that case, I'm going to colonize this system here. There we go. It's expensive in influence, but it breaks us out of this mess that we're in down here. In fact, yes, and you can see, look, these guys, that's interesting. They think there's a path around here. They're just going to run away again, so let's not bother with that. Clear your orders, please. Just stick with Plan A. Once we've got the annoying aliens, pacified, we'll worry about that system. We've got plenty of other science ships that can come and help. So, oh, and Sirius has unemployed people. Sirius, I said in the previous video, I was going to make into it because it's got loads and loads of agriculture districts. I'll make this into my food planet. Done. Something I probably haven't touched on yet is, at the moment, it's automatically being set as a rural world. So our workers are getting plus 5% for everything. At the moment, we don't have too many workers, but we have got a couple. So we're getting plus 5% on our energy credits coming out here, plus 5% on the trade value and things like that. If we are going to go really down the route of being a food world, remember we can change this to an agri world. So our farmer output will go up by 20%. So there is an advantage to specialising. Right now, not worth it. But it might be on some of our other planets. Yeah, it probably is at the moment here. So if we go for... So our current output in jobs for energy credits is 70.27. But let's say we made this into a generator world. We'll have to wait for the month tick, but that should go up. And you can't, unfortunately, do this on your capital. The capital is the capital, which kind of makes sense. But it's 70.27 now. We'll just let the month tick round. And you will see that that has gone up to 71.92. It's not a huge boost. But why not? Ooh, encountering the Howling Vortex, which incidentally is a cool name for a system. We've encountered some sort of strange alien vessels in the Howling Vortex system.
System survey concluded.
Worth noting, these are not designated hostile, and it's a space station. So, I don't want to do any spoilers. I know what that is. I'll leave it for now, but it's not designated hostile. Look, our science ship's quite happy to keep surveying. Great. And we now have a sit rep. I would like to do this straight up. It's just... I like influence. I'm going to research that straight away. The drone study, a bit like amoeboid pacification, is slow. Let's have a quick look at the tech. Oh, I'm not that fussed on that tech. I'm a bit meh. So yeah, okay, let's get this done. So we've got some mining drones, I think, somewhere. Yeah, mining drones. Sure, it's slow, but let's do it.
System survey concluded.
And I've got some science ships. They're just chugging away. If you remember, I've got science ships operating all over the galaxy now, which is fine. I need to get a few more science ships operating up here, though. So as we finish up some of these slower projects, I'm going to send these guys around.
Colony establishment has begun.
Wonderful. That's the Meneth system. Notice it's in something called the Frontier Sector. We will have to designate some sectors at some point. There is a sectors map mode just down here, just almost hidden by my face. So you can see the Earth sector reaches as far as here. We will worry about that in a minute, but it is just worth bearing in mind. Where's planets and sectors gone? Here it is. Anything in the Earth sector is getting a buff from the governor. So at the moment, if we have a look at him, anything in the Earth sector is getting extra resources, less empire sprawl, less crime, a lot less crime because he's righteous, and we haven't done any blocker clearing really, so he's get there. But when we do that, that's good. So Meneth will not benefit from that. So at some point we may need to consider putting Meneth into a new sector. Alpha Centauri, my friend, you do indeed have an unemployed pop. Oh, an unemployed robot. Yeah, okay. Should have seen this one coming. One thing that's worth bearing in mind: robots can only take certain jobs. So I'm going to do a secondary job farming. So that the robots... Farming and mining would be the ones I'd put the robots on. So whilst it gains me more power, it's not without some need for management in the short term. That's an archaeological. Oh, we've discovered a new site. Nice. Where's that? Moon bump. Even with the naked eye, it is easy to see something highly irregular in the shape of Riblaw 3. The smooth curvature of the surface is suddenly interrupted by a giant spherical bump. At some point, a moon or large asteroid collided with the planet, but must have done so in a fairly delicate manner, merely lodging itself in the planet's crust. Nice. Where's that? Oh, we can't actually see anything there, but... Okay, so our friends... Ah, no. This annoys me. So look, they're getting some primitives. They're getting an archaeological site. Oh, this is a subtle thing as well. Note how that's popped up, even though we're not there. That's probably because one of the alien empires has a science ship there. So, it's a subtle thing, but letting the aliens go through and do all their surveys, they might find something that you can get. So, for instance, if there was an alien ship here and it found an archaeological site, I'd be delighted. Ooh, another planet? Desert world? Okay, fair enough. And if you look, yep, again, there's another branch.
Construction
so this
completed.
system is the next one we want to get to. Looks like it gets a bit more complicated from here on. And something's complete. Oh yeah, look, our little system there, done. I want the physics research really badly because the amoeboid pacification uses physics, so I'm going to do that straight away. But what we should now find is, because we're bordering, the Starbase outpost cost has dropped. So this is a bit annoying, but, well, this is just, it's full on annoying. It's not a bit annoying. It's really annoying.
System survey concluded.
Wonderful. You're still doing your things? Yeah, that's cool. Oh. It's probably this one. Yep. They're all doing their thing. Good, good, good. I'm going to hide the military fleet as well. Meneth Prime's been colonised. Ooh, one of our science ships. Tvilkate B1 was the home to a small Voltauum outpost where they traded with several neighbouring civilizations. At some point, the trade post appears to have been converted into a religious mission, where the Voltauum attempted to convert visiting alien merchants to their philosophy. Nice. Trade ceased shortly afterward, and the planet was eventually abandoned. Fascinating.
The special project has concluded.
So, I'm going to ignore the communications for a second. Let's do the special project here. And then in the background, we have translated the language of the Curator Order. Nice. So I get my favourite influence, although I'm not actually that short on influence at the minute. But I still love influence. Wonderful. So we have High Curator Franz of Olive. Greetings, Star Travellers. We are the Curators. Our ancient order was established eons ago by the various galactic powers in ascendancy at the time. We were dedicated towards the preservation of all knowledge, in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into yet another dark age of mass extinctions and barbarism. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we are no less committed to our sacred mission than our predecessors were. We are willing to share some of our knowledge with you for a price. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I really love these guys. So these are a neutral party in the galaxy. So you can see them come up in your contacts as a purple. So the whites are other empires. The kind of browny colours are primitives. But this is a neutral party. So they are usually fairly powerful at the beginning of the game. I can't say I've seen all of them. So let's communicate with these guys. So the obvious first question, can you aid us in our research? I'm going to drop a spoiler here. They can. So, they will boost our research. So if you look, and I am going to do this because I think it's a no-brainer early in the game. It's a lot of money, a lot of energy credits, it's 1,000. They will like us more, which has some implications later in the game. And we will get a flat-out plus 10% research speed, which is huge. So it's a flat-out boost to all of these researches. So I am definitely going to do this. Yep, absolutely. They can do other things for us as well, although I won't probably do anything else. So they can tell us about the mysteries of the universe So if you remember, we have a Tianki matriarch, who is this thing with the horrible skull down here. So dangerous I won't even let my ships go into the system. So we have a Tianki matriarch. Where are you, my friend? I've lost... Sorry, I have lost you. There you go, curator order. Communicate. But I think that costs us some money. Doesn't tell us it does, but I think it might cost us something, so I'm not going to do that yet. And a little bit annoyingly, we can also potentially recruit their scientists. So that's a very, very good reason that we would want high opinion with them. But that will come with time. If we do trade deals with them, sharing knowledge, absolutely will come with time. Nice.
Construction completed.
You're a wonderful construction ship. On with the fun. We can now colonize this planet. Again, I'm just going to hold off until this massive chaos with these stupid space amoebas is finished. On we go. Did I see anything in the sitrep? Nope, we're good. The only thing I would say is, come on, so nearly there. So nearly there. Hey, tradition time. So we have decided to go down Discovery. I quite like Discovery. There's arguments for all of these. For instance, diplomacy might be quite good. We're virtually in a federation already. But anyway, decision made. So we can increase research station output. That is just flat out great. So if we look at, say, physics, where I'm getting a bit struggling at the moment, 11 is coming from stations. That would be another point. Gets better as the game goes on there. What else have we got? I'm going to do this one first, I think. So our scientist level cap increases. That's the leaders. And more research alternatives. Yeah, sure. Sure, that's good. So what you'll find is these guys will be able to go up to higher levels. It's a bit of a long-term thing. They're not at the level cap yet. And when we do get new techs, we'll get to choose from 4, I think it is, instead of 3. Kind of a win-win.
System survey concluded.
We found an anomaly on Hydrobius 3. Something with near purpose moves through the sands of Hydrobius 3. It's easy. Yeah, why not? I said I want this guy on the critical path. But he is, and then we zoom out a little bit. So that's the Hydrobius alert. You can see the green circles. And then these guys are finished down here. Cool, it's a system. Oh, hello. We've received a communique from a previously unknown spacefaring empire that call themselves the Gurite Union. They claim to have learned of our language by listening in. Note, we do not get the influence. Okay, xenophobic isolationists. Oh dear. I think it's... they are pacifists, though, which is probably good, but I think it's safe to say we're not likely to be friends. Yeah, we pursue true equalities. Equality, do not stand in our way. Oh, and we found a natural wormhole. Nice. Where's that? So yeah, look, there's a wormhole. Nice. In Stimis, we have discovered what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the Stimsys system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in the galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. If it could somehow be stabilised. And again, slight spoiler alert, this is a science fiction game. There are ways of stabilising them.
The special project has concluded.
So somebody's beaten us to it there. Ooh, hello, Gurite Union. So now, our hostile people are squashed between us and these guys who are xenophobic. This is a win-win as far as I'm concerned. So this is going to really limit the ability of the Valdari to expand, which is good because we want them weak. And we have completed a special project. This is the one our construction ship was doing. The UNS Rubicon has successfully restored power to the automated shipyard over Aswamade 5A. The facility immediately resumed its interrupted construction order, using what materials it had on hand to build 3 advanced raiders of an unknown design. Unfortunately, the ancient facility broke down completely afterwards and has been deemed beyond repair. We've sent crews to the new ships and commissioned them into our fleet. Excellent! And that is excellent, actually. That's a really nice event. Oh, and we've got an archaeological event. So 3 things I want to do. 1, let's get this guy doing something more useful, like constructing a starbase outpost on there. You'll also notice we have a military fleet. Notice its fleet power is 209, which is pretty good. There's only 3 of them, and they have the rough capacity of, I don't know, a quarter of our fleet. So if we look at these, remember you can do this. Let's go and have a look at one of these. They are mostly packing advanced technology. So they have, remember we ran out of power, they have a better reactor, better sensors, better thrusters. I won't belabor the point. They're basically better in every respect. So that's pretty cool. And they look quite cool as well. In fact, let's go and have a quick look. Yep, they have some strange colours on them. Nice. I don't want these getting killed, so we have to be really... Military fleets, you have to be really, really careful manoeuvring if there's aliens around. Because these guys... Well, I suppose I could set them to... You can only set them to aggressive or passive. They don't like running away, so we'll have to manually run them away. Well, let's see if we can get them through to Conviab without any major problems. And then I'm gonna try and get them to the Sol space station. Purely because if we garrison them here, the crew quarters. So if your fleet is in harbour essentially here, drops the upkeep by 25%, which is pretty good, and it's worth bearing in mind. So where's our ship upkeep? We are paying 21 now in ship upkeep. So every little helps. Worth bearing in mind if you move your fleets as well, that you will be paying more money for them. But yeah, I really love the automated shipyard. I think it's a great event.
Construction completed.
Hey, have fun in a story. And we're going to keep away from where we think the aliens are. Let's go and claim Othana. Oh, and sorry, I almost missed it. The archaeological site. Here we go. It's that hunting lodge again. Continued excavations near the hunting lodge have provided more details. Sirius Prime and the valley of Macvale, specifically, served as a hunting reserve for the ruling warrior class of an interstellar polity known as the Retarax Domain. The Retarax, a predatory avian species, periodically collected random individuals from the many subjugated alien civilizations under their rule. These aliens were then hunted down and killed in the wilderness of Macvale, according to the rituals that governed Retarax society. This tradition lasted several centuries, until the domain eventually succumbed to an unidentified outside threat. That is dark, man. That is dark. Still, let's keep going. You can see the breakthroughs becoming tougher. Ooh, Serpentine. The UNS Tchaikovsky reports that the dominant species on Hydrobius 3... Where are you, Hydrobius 3? Here you go. So that's one we're hoping to get. Can't guarantee it now. If you look, the galaxy's getting quite cluttered. There could easily be an alien empire out here, but so far so good. The UNS Tchaikovsky reports that the dominant species on Hydrobius 3 are a race of fairly large serpents who have risen to the top of the food chain by virtue of their great, albeit animal, intelligence. Science Officer Paloko Sakibo claims to see many similarities between their state and the latter stages of human evolution before we became sapient. We might be able to uplift these lesser beings with the right technology. Love it. One of my favourite science fiction series of all time is the Uplift series by David Brin. It's a bit old now, but I really, really enjoy it. And it's exactly about this. It's about getting aliens up to sapience. Unfortunately, we can't do it right now. But let's go and have a quick look at Hydrobius. So if you look here, you will see... Oh, it's got a special thing as well. That's got some dust. Brilliant. It already has a population of pre-sapients. And if you drop the menu... Snakeoids. Reptilian presapients. There you go, my friends. Cool. Well, they're very good at energy credits. That's interesting. Not much we can do with them at the moment, but I definitely want to get that system. Again, any type of alien is great. Well, for us. I forgot the word. Xenophilics. Oh, hello. High trader fronds of gold. I love some of the aliens. Look at that one. First contact with the Rigan Commerce Exchange. Well met, yeah, definitely. I speak on behalf of the Rigan Commerce Exchange. We have facilitated trade negotiations between interested parties on our station in the Binder system for more than 1,000 of your years. If you happen to possess more resources than you need, we are more than willing to take it off your hands. You will be duly compensated, of course. Yeah, nice, well met. Where are they? I have no idea where they were. Did they say Binder? So worth remembering we've got a search system. Binder, there we are. Wow, they're miles away. Okay. Again, if you look in the contacts, you can now see we've got another purple group. So we won't be seeing too much of them, but hey, you know, nice that they're there. One other thing. My enemy's enemy is my friend. Let's have a quick look at the Gurite Union. I suspect they don't like these guys. No, they don't seem to hate them. They've got Casus Belli on us. They hate our ideology, probably because they're pacifists and xenophobes. They also happen to hate the Valdari synergetics. If they rival the Valdari... Ooh, and they're quite powerful. If they rival the Valdari, there's a chance we could bring these guys in as friends. But by default, they do not like us. For several reasons, actually. But mostly the xenophobia. So one thing I could do, if I go to my contacts, you can see I've got improving relations with Conclave of Lontorch. Oh, they are improving. Where is our guys, then? Where are our envoys? Adurga, we've got one in Fatitian, and we've got one in Adurga. So, Tower Yang. I'm going to send Tower Yang down to the Gurite Union. Have fun, Tau. Bomph. If we could get these guys on side, they might be willing to form an alliance to contain the Valdari. That could be pretty cool. And when I say contain, I do mean at some point we're probably going to have to attack them, or they'll end up attacking us. We'll see. Good. Scientists leveled up. That's always nice.
The special project has concluded.
Yes! At last! Temporarily refraining from venting certain emissions from our vessels, reactor cores, while in the immediate vicinity of space amoebas, seems to be enough to not arouse their ire. With this new protocol in place, they no longer pose a threat. Yes! And we have been able to study them at close range. That is excellent. That's really good. So,
the special project has concluded.
There they are. So they have now turned to yellow. They are no longer hostile. And this is really good news. So it means that our expansion up here is no longer going to be constantly annoyed by this thing moving around here. And in fact, because it's going to be hostile potentially to aliens, they will have trouble getting past it as well. So it's all good news. Here we go. Archaeologists on Tivilcate B1 have salvaged a small Voltauum digital pamphlet. It seems the missionaries at this outpost pass pamphlets on like this, on to visiting merchants. Most of the data is corrupt, but there are several references to the Great Lie and the shackles of virtual reality. Cool, an interesting find. Again, worth noting we get quite a nice amount of research for doing that. So you guys can move on. I was going to do the archaeology here, but this is the critical path for expansion at the moment, so I want to get another science ship over there helping. So I'm going to send... who's this lady? Hannah Al-Qadi. I'm going to send her straight out to do some research. Wonderful. And because the amoebas are now not hostile, I can just... I don't need to panic. They're not going to attack me. I'm going to set the home base for these guys as Sol. Assigned to base. And now I'm going to return to their home base. Wonderful. We're probably over our fleet limit, actually. Just bear in mind, the maintenance of our ships has gone up because we're over the limit. But they're such nice ships, I don't want to destroy them. It's putting a little bit of strain on our finances, but we're okay for now. So I'm going to stick with that for now. There's our side ship moving out towards Sorgas.
Survey concluded.
Escola. Ah, that's a shame. Look, I always like a system with alloys in it. Because, well, we have to make them. So if you can just mine them.
Readings registered.
Hey, there are signs by of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Again, he's on my critical path, so I'll leave that be. Let's have a quick look at the situation log. So in the Voltaurum, we need to find 6 Voltaurum artifacts. We've recovered 2. And we've got 4 more, so that's quite exciting. So we've got, assuming we can get the Sargas system before anyone else does, we should be able to find out what's going on with the Voltaurum, or Voltaurum. So yeah, that's really good news. Brilliant. Build mining outposts, please. Oh, yes. And, as an added bonus, because these guys are no longer hostile, there's no risk of sending my colony ships through. So we've got a level 15 arid world that we could send. Oh, the rocks. Yeah, the rocks are going to be... The lithoids are going to be good at everything. Oh, we've got a level... Let me guess. The rocks? Yeah, the rocks. This is another case where it might be worth a migration treaty. Let's have a quick look at the species. Sort them by traits. So if we've got any, like the Valdari, who hate us, so they're not going to be any good. Or these ones, I don't know where they are. Oh well. Just toggle species. So we don't really know of anyone anywhere in the galaxy who's friendly, who likes dry territories. Which is fine. I mean, if you look... Which one's the bigger of the two? Ooh, metal boneyards. So loads of extra mining districts and good at society research. Nice. Probably go for this one, though, because it's large. That's the only reason at this stage. It's just big. So let's colonize that. So you can see we have now got, because of our various migration treaties, we do have more options now. Note how we get in the Phoeticians. Do you remember they were trying to get a migration treaty? I presume that there are some Phoeticians in the Endurga's domain. But they're dire. They're dire. I mean, ocean world on a dry planet seems ridiculous. We're a little bit better, but we're still dire. I have a feeling our lithoids are going to come to dominate our planets. So, yep, you can go in there. And we have run out of alloys. We cannot do the other one yet. Because we do not have enough alloys. That's fine. We had to sacrifice something. But at some point, we're going to have to build some more. So, that's probably a good point to stop. We are now expanding again, which is great. Again, if you've enjoyed this series of videos, please do drop a like, drop a sub. I'm a very, very small YouTuber, small streamer, so I really do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy my Stellaris content, you can come and interact with me in real time on Twitch, midday on a Sunday, UK time. The link is in the description below. Otherwise, I've been Norst here. Have a great time. Goodbye.